Do see the Reaper coming to you on the PS4 World of Warships Legends, guys. Got a match here in the Tier 7 Alabama. 289,000 damage done. Hope you enjoy. Alright, so we are on Atlantic. This is non-Yamato matching. So we got shots out here. Broadside Turpets, which is prime to catch some AP rounds here. So get a couple good penetrations. No citadels yet. And of course, you know, right as we get that broadside, he does disappear. And hey, comes back. Jean Bart sitting here. Jean Bart, the citadel is mostly located in the mid to front of the ship, so we want to make sure to try and hit the front. Couple penetrations there for about 6K, going up from 9,000 to 15,000. In this match, like I said, looks like we've got about 2 destroyers, 2 cruisers, which means 5 battleships. And Captain Broadside here has not learned a lesson yet. So we'll see if this time around he can catch a few more of these AP rounds. So about 8,600 there. Turns in, so we missed most of the that salvo there at the end. By the way, please excuse my dog tapping in the background that has joined us for the video. Her name is Lily. This is John Bart here. John Bart is it's a strong ship. Man, it's hard not to like it, especially after coming from the so the Alabama has anywhere from a 27 to 30-second reload. And oh, by the way, there's some AP rounds finally caught by the Turpets with our first Citadel. But coming from the Alabama on a brawler build, accuracy with secondary, it's about a 30-second reload, the way I've got my, I believe it's Lee set up. And with Sims, you can get the reload down to about 27 with Madness and Inspiration. And going back to why I was saying the John Bart is such a strong ship, is it's got a, what is the reload, between 22 and 24 seconds. And I'm sure you can get that down even further. So with all 8 guns located on the front, it's pretty nice, and it's hard not to like. And so our second Captain Broadside has entered the match. We got shells going his way in the Colorado. And I'm really hoping, I can't remember, this should be a great salvo. And hey, it's not bad at all. No citadels, but very good penetrations there. Take a quick look at the map here. Probably should have focused a little bit more on that Akatsuki, but I mean, with the island right there, it's not really too much of a threat to us. Captain Broadside, aka number 3 Bismarck, ready to catch some AP rounds, and not too bad of a salvo there, another 8K. I am going to make a mistake here pretty soon, and you'll see this John Bart capitalize on it. Overextend just a little bit too much here. Luckily that Bismarck is not focusing me. Just not too much of a problem right here. And more than likely he's going to die as I waste the full salvo. Alright, currently we are down by 2 ships. It's capture the base mode, so they've still got both of their destroyers. It looks like they've lost 1 battleship right now. We're going to back it up a little bit, try to get a shot on the Colorado right here. He is sailing away. Well, let's see here. Yeah, sailing away. So that's a pretty bad angle. That's a hard angle. You could potentially penetrate through the deck armor. But we have just acquired a, I think this is our first Captain Broadside here in the Turpets. And I mean, I feel like he should be doing way worse. He's got about 40% health. It looks like he may be taking fire or flood damage. Alright, salvo out, clearing the island. The Alabama arc on the shells are really good for getting over the islands. There's another 11k, 11 or 12k there. I feel like the velocity, though, is not the best, so you do have to lead a little bit more with the Alabama. I don't get as many citadels as I would say on the Iowa, but just the penetration of those shells from the Alabama are they're really good. Good tight groupings on them as well. And here is where the John Bart is going to capitalize on my mistake. So I realize I am in a very bad position here. Got caught with my pants down there, so he capitalized. Got a great salvo, so we're going to turn away from him and let him see the booty of the dirty Bama here, and give him not so good of a broadside to shoot at. Which works out perfect because that salvo from him did not do too much. Now we've got a the Turpits back here has been, you know, playing Captain Broadside with us long enough. It's time that we, you know, we make a date with Captain Broadside here. So we are going to throw out some AP rounds here in a second. And second Citadel there, Colorado. Of course, he went Invisiman, so we really couldn't see too much there. But it's time to have a date, like I said, with that Turpits. Let him catch some AP rounds. So, Captain Broadside, your days are numbered, sir. And here we go, boys. See you later, Cupcake.
We've destroyed an enemy battleship.
Now, still sailing away from the John Bart right now. If we try to make the turn, we're going to give him an amazing angle to shoot us. And then also the Akatsuki is still over there. Try to take his guns out. That's the one thing, weakness about the John Bart, is if you hit just right on the turrets, if he's bow tanking, you shoot a little high above the bow of that ship, and you can knock his turrets out. Probably out of all the tier 7s in the game, I would say the John Bart's turrets are the easiest to take out. Got a Hipper here. I recently just got the Hipper, and it's probably one of my favorite tier 7 cruisers. It's the closest to like a Skarnhorse battle cruiser type. It's got really good armor, and right here, you know, I don't demonstrate that too well because I just penetrated him really well. But the Hipper against like 15-inch shells, so like other Germans, the Turpits, the Bismarck against the John Bart, the French ship, the John Bart. Smaller caliber shells, the Hipper does very well against. Now, of course, as you just saw right there, the American shells with the American accuracy, not so much. And then same thing for high caliber like the Amagi, the Nagato. Those are usually going to penetrate, but it is a little bit sturdier. I would say it's sturdier than the Baltimore, honestly. I can last longer in the Hipper than I can in the Baltimore. Right now we're trying to get a pretty good angle between us and the Hipper because more than likely he is going to shoot torpedoes. So we're trying to keep this island right here between us. But he's not going to edge out enough. So we got the Akatsuki. I probably should have just shot one turret, but instead I shot all three. Got him. We're going to skip ahead a little bit just for time. Alright, about 30 seconds later, other side of the island here, our friend, the New Orleans, should be coming up here any moment. We'll wait for it. And hello, Cupcake. You are not in a great position. So our New Orleans friend here takes a lot of shells, Citadel, and he doesn't really have too many options right now. So he should have been kiting away. You'll see there we got slapped by the Jean Bart to our left. It was a pretty good licking too. So, but the New Orleans back to him. This is just not a good position at all. He can't bow tank us. I'm assuming he's going in for the ram, but once again, a bow tank in New Orleans, those shells really can't do much. So here you'll see we got the Colorado. This is one of the things that kind of irritates me is you'll notice that he is AFK. So this is what you would call our free damage of the game. But once again, go back to being AFK, you're going to see he's sailing in a straight line. His turrets aren't moving. He's not shooting back. If he isn't AFK, this might be one of the worst strategies I've seen. You know, if you're in a game, support your team, be there, play the game. I understand every once in a while there are emergencies, and that may have happened. If so, I do apologize. But you know, we're in these games to support one another and go for the win. You know, and there's a nice median to that. But this here, you'll see what AFK gets you. It gets you a nice big bullseye to take 2 citadels. But going back to supporting your team, like I said, there's a nice median. If you got a guy rolling up the middle, just getting shot at by everybody, and he says requesting support, man, you know, I can't help you. You put yourself in a bad position. And that's one extreme. Being AFK like this is the other extreme. You know, play smart and don't back up to the back of the map. Don't go AFK. Don't charge the middle. But you know, play smart, support one another. What you're going to see here, though, what's about to happen. So we got a John Bart right there. This might be one of the nicest setups I've ever done. So I'm assuming he's going to roll to his left, my right, around this island. When he does that, he is going to have to expose broadside for a brief, you know, couple seconds there, and before he can turn back in and bow tank us. And while he does that, we're going to capitalize on it. But yeah, it looks like our Moss and our Colorado have decided to enter the match again. Akatsuki over there probably should have just tried to outspot him and not shoot. You know, we really could have used this guy's help here in just a couple minutes. But he tries to get into a gunfight. Jean Bart sees him, capitalizes, and kills him. So we know the Moss is there from where the Akatsuki was. I'm hoping or assuming he hasn't shot torpedoes, so I'm assuming they're coming back for us. Try to get in a salvo here before he gets into his smoke screen. And we're going to get a couple good hits, but we will not be able to finish him. So now going back, remember what I said, John Bart is going to have to expose that broadside for a brief moment. And that brief moment is coming up. And for the briefest of moments, he is going to take the title of Captain Broadside. So boys, this right here is the biggest catch of them AP shells of them all. So wait for it. Brief moment coming up in 3, 2, 1. Broadside exposed. Shells out. See you later, Cupcake. Shells coming in. Good thing, like I said, about the Alabama girl, she can wiggle. She's got a turn radius like a cruiser. We're going to end up taking a turret. We do got our damage control. So we're going to pop that, stop the flooding. We're at 19k. If the Moss was smart, he would be getting the heck out of there, going the opposite way, getting undetected, and shooting torps to help the Colorado here. Colorado, decent angle. You know, maybe could have shot upper belt there, but with the blood pumping at the moment, you know, we're just trying to do what we can. Moss, instead of going away, goes out to the right of the smoke and pays for it. So here we go, boys. Unfortunately, the enemy had time on their side here. So, you know, we're bowling down into the last few seconds of the game. Colorado coming up. Once again, we're shooting probably a little too low. We should have shot upper belt there. You know, mistakes were made, and they are going to cost us. Right here, you know, I usually wouldn't expose this much broadside to get this back turret in. But with the seconds bowling down, we've got to do, you know, everything we can. So shells out. Luckily, where the back shells were located was a better angle, so we did get that citadel there. And this would have been the last salvo to do it. Like I said, should have shot upper belt. He's going to bounce most of those. Only one shell penetrates, one breaks, one bounce. And time ends up being the strongest player for the enemy team. As with them in our base, time running out, they capitalize and win the game. Like I said, should have shot upper belt. Mistakes will cost you, though. And so I paid for them with the loss here, unfortunately. But like I said, 289,000 damage. This is my highest game. I believe it's probably in the top 5 damage games without Yamato. But I hope you enjoyed it. It's two-seater Reaper on the PS4. I'll have a couple YouTube videos up of World of Warships. But thank you so much.